Are you struggling to get a clean fade on a hair texture like this where it's kind of curly and kind of straight at the same time, like a mixed texture? Well, in this video, I'm going to go over the steps on how to get a clean blurry fade. Stay tuned. Yo, I'm back with another one, Slysfirecutz. And in this video, man, I'm going over my steps to a blurry fade on this hair texture. More so concentrating on the steps that I use that might be a little bit different from more coarse hair. So if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I'm gonna be giving out all kind of tutorials, tips, and gems on different hair textures, different types of haircuts, lineups. I'm also going to jump into reviews and more things like that, so stay tuned to this video. So for this haircut, I dive right in with my cordless Wahl seniors. I'm using my red premium Wahl guards, and I'm using a 3/16 guard with the lever completely open. And what I'm doing in this step right here is I'm clearing out bulk. I'm getting my canvas clean so that I can see what I'm doing before I even start the process. I've already clipped the long part of the hair up out the way with the clips. And like I said, I'm using my 3/16 guard. I'm just clearing out hair and getting my canvas together so I can see what I'm doing before I start this fade process. Also, I'll leave a link in the description for the Wahl premium red guards that I have that I'm using in this video right here. Next, I come in with my Wahl magic clips. Now, I do have these modified. I do have the balding blade on there. So basically, I'm using that so that it puts less wear and tear on my trimmers when I'm doing the balding out part of the haircut. I'm trying to save my trimmers as much as possible, and by putting the balding blade on my magic clips, I'm able to have the power that I need to be able to take that hair out right away. And if you're looking to make this modification to your clippers, just leave a comment or inbox me, and I can walk you through the steps and get you squared away what you need to do to get that done. Now that I have these steps completed, I have the top of the head cut down to where I need to the desired length, and I have the bottom balled out completely. Now I'm coming in with my 1/8 guard with my Wahl premium guards, and I'm gonna come up about halfway. It's a little more than about an inch, and the reason that I do that, I let a lot of my people know that I like to have a wide transition in my fade process. I like for the fade to pop to be able to show the transition between each step. I don't like to have a stingy fade or a real tight fade, especially if the haircut doesn't call for that. But in this particular haircut, I've gone ahead and came up about 1.25 inches. And all I'm doing is I'm doing a slight flick out motion, and you can really see the contrast between the top and the second part of this fade. During this part, you want to make sure that the blade is completely flush against the side of the head. I'm not trying to create really a hard guideline. I just want to be able to show and distinguish the difference between my first guideline and my second guideline, because I'm getting ready to come right back and take out that second guideline. And right here, I'm closing the lever fully, and now I'm going to dive right in and attack that second guideline. And remember, make sure, don't be discouraged. We're putting guidelines in, we're going to take them right out. You don't have to be heavy-handed with it. Just be light, let the clipper do the work, and just enjoy the process of seeing the hair, removing the hair, the guidelines that you put in and removing the hair. It'll come all into play, and you can watch in this video as I'm doing it. The hair will come out. On this texture hair, it's kind of more fine, more straight a little bit here on the sides, and it's actually very easy to do. Just, you don't have to dig in. What you cut is what you cut, and just stay true to your guards. Stay with that lever play, and you'll get the results you want. And I'm just trying to do that here, and by showing you guys that having wide guidelines and being able to give yourself some space for transition can really give you a good blend. And I truly believe if you don't put in such hard guidelines in each step of your fade, it's that much easier for you to get those guidelines out further in the process in the haircut. So now I come in with no guard on, with the lever completely open. And all I'm doing is I'm tapping the first guideline that I've created, and I just want to soften that line a little bit and kind of watch what it does. Let the hair go through the teeth and just make sure I'm giving nice even strokes. I have the blade flat against the head, and I'm just going up 1/4 inch just through the line just to see what it does. If it takes out some of the hair, if it doesn't, close the lever slightly, and I'll continue to do that until I watch the line erase as it's doing right now. Now I'm using my 1/16 guard, and basically this is for any cleanup work of any line that I may have left behind that I wasn't able to get in between the 1/8 guard and the no guard lever open. Again, light touch, just tapping the line. If I see any dark spots stretching the skin, making sure that I'm brushing and just making sure I'm getting any parts of that line that may be left in. I want this line to be as blurry as possible. So if I can take the time now to be able to try to perfect that as much as possible, I'm gonna do it. Remember, what you do to one side of the head, you want to do to the other. For the purposes of this video, I'm only showing you one side of the head, and then I turn my client around and I do the other side. Make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video for the final result. I had to put a little flair on something at the end for y'all. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I do a lot of tutorials, giving out tips and tricks and gems to better haircuts. We can all benefit from learning from each other. So right here, you already know what time it is. I'm pulling out my Babyliss FX Gold, and I'm getting ready to go in and put this crispy line up on. I've already prepped the hairline. I've taken the bulk down to the desired length that I need to make sure that this lineup is going to be crispy. One thing I like to tell people is you don't want to have a lot of hair overlapping on the hairline. It's not going to make for a nice lineup. The hair's going to move as soon as the client brushes or combs their hair. You want to make sure that you're using a light touch with your trimmers. It's nothing worse than marking up a client and then they have scars on their head a few days later. These clippers are very sharp. These trimmers are very sharp, and I want to make sure that I have a light touch. The trimmer's gonna cut the hair. You don't have to dig in or press. If you adjust your trimmers the way they need to be and prep the hairline, you'll get a crispy line. And like I talked about in my last video, enhancements. It's a part of the barber game, y'all. It's optional. Barbers, you can use it. Barbers, you don't have to. The client may want it. The client may not want it. It's all to the barber and the client's discretion. But I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna rock with it, and we're gonna make it look pop for this video. And yes, every one of my clients gets that detail work. I'm always gonna pull out the razor. I've been preaching detail work since the beginning. It makes a difference. Set yourself apart from other barbers that are not doing it. Give yourself a crispy line, expand what you can do with your tools, and utilize what you have to make sure you get that crispy look and give that client the image and the look that they're looking for. And right here, I'm just saturating the hair and prepping it for the styling for the last part of this haircut. And that Pacinos matte finish styling paste, banging. I use this, man, to give a nice firm hold, but not too shiny so that it doesn't look like you have too much product in your hair. I'll make sure I leave a link in the description where you can go check it out. And just like anything, I think it all starts with you have to love what you do. You have to almost be completely obsessed with it. That's the first step to anything. Then after that, I think you need to make yourself as knowledgeable as possible. Talk to other barbers, brainstorm with them, get any information that you can from them, get books that you need to study from, reviews, videos, anything you can to learn as much as you can about barbering. And then 3, get the tools that you need to keep and help yourself be successful. And after that, man, just get shots up in repetition. YouTube, that's the final product, man. If you like what you've seen today, or if you found this video helpful, please hit the subscribe button. That'll help this page grow. Please check the links in the description for any tools that I've used in this video. Man, and remember, man, like I always like to say, man, keep your clippers running. That's the only way. Let's get better.